All right, let's go, man. Let's get into it. Interesting video here. Let's talk about the Arizona Cardinals, man. Let's talk about specifically the face of the Arizona Cardinals, Kyler Murray. Now, before any Cardinals fans get in there, get mad at the thumbnail, get mad at the title, and say, stop talking about my quarterback. Your quarterback's Daniel Jones. Kyler's better than Jones, and the Giants suck. This, that. Listen, I'm an Oklahoma fan. I am an Oklahoma Sooner fan, which means I like Kyler Murray. I know who Kyler Murray was back in 2017 when Baker Mayfield won the Heisman Trophy. I like Kyler Murray. I believe in Kyler Murray, somewhat believe in Kyler Murray. This video is a unbiased video. I have nothing against the Cardinals. Matter of fact, I have two friends, Awesome Kid and TRL. Shout out to them. They can confirm in the comments if they see this video. I have nothing against the Cardinals. I don't dislike the Cardinals. I actually kind of want the Cardinals to do good because they're getting one of my favorite players in college football, Marvin Harrison, and they're also getting and they also have Kyler Murray, who's an Oklahoma Sooner. And they actually had two Oklahoma Sooners in Hollywood Brown too, but that's besides the points. So this is not a bias against Kyler Murray at all. So before you get mad at the thumbnail, before you get upset about the title, whatever, just listen to the video. And for anybody who's not going to get butthurt, let's just talk about it. Listen, Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray is very interesting. Kyler Murray is probably top 10, maybe even top 5 talented quarterbacks in the league. Talented. Keyword talented. Not best, not listed, talented quarterbacks in the league. Guy has an arm. He can run. He's fast. He's elusive. All that good stuff. I know it firsthand. Sooner fan. Wish he was on my Sooners right now. But is he the one to blame for the Cardinals' failures? Now, I will say this. Number one, they gave him Cliff Kingsbury as a coach. Cliff Kingsbury is a bum. I'm an Oklahoma, like I said, and this all goes out to Oklahoma. Me watching Oklahoma, being an Oklahoma fan. I watched Cliff Kingsbury at Texas Tech. He had Patrick Mahomes, and he couldn't do anything. Had a losing record at Texas Tech. I don't know why they hired this bum. But they hired him, and it was a massive failure because I guess he coached Kyler in high school. That doesn't warrant you to get a head coaching job. So I understand why somewhat Kyler Murray failed, because when you have this idiot, this clown, who's more worried about his hair gel and looking like Sean McVay so he can get on Sports Illustrated and be modeling for all these magazines, I get why Kyler Murray kind of, I wouldn't say flop, but hasn't had the best success for the first overall pick. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, when you watch that playoff game against the Rams, I mean, yes, Kyler was horrible. He was horrible. But at the same, number one, that Rams team went to the Super Bowl, so you really can't blame Kyler for that. And number two, Cliff Kingsbury couldn't adjust to anything. He couldn't even adjust his mirror in his room if he wanted to. He was a horrible coach and the wrong coach. And I believe Kyler Murray deserves a coach. I mean, I can't think of any coaches coming out this next offseason. And I don't know who your current coach is now. So maybe he's able to discipline Kyler and do a better job with Kyler. I mean, Kyler didn't look bad his last few games. But good riddance, Cliff Kingsbury. Thank the Most High that, I'm sorry for not saying that first, but thank the Most High that you guys got rid of Cliff Kingsbury. He was beyond horrible. Number two, you get rid of his number one weapon. Say what you want about DeAndre Hopkins, about him getting suspended, him being old, whatever, this, that, and the third. Him and Kyler clicked. You get rid of his best weapon for what? Now, granted, in hindsight, 2020, you're most likely going to get Marvin Harrison Jr. So you're going to get a younger version of a great receiver. So, I guess it was that. But at the same time, can you imagine D-Hop and Marvin Harrison Jr. on the same team? Because, I mean, besides Kyler, who else are you paying? And I really mean that in a serious way. Who else are you paying? I really don't pay attention to the Cardinals like that. it is what it is. It is what it is there. And number two, you're going to get Marvin Harrison Jr., as we bring it back full circle, Marvin Harrison. Marvin Harrison is going to help Kyler Murray a lot. He's going to help Kyler Murray a lot. And I can't wait to see a young quarterback and a young receiver. Or you guys could do something massive. And if the Vikings are really serious of them train up and getting the quarterback, you guys could get Justin Jefferson, who is a veteran and still, 23, 24 years old? I mean, granted, you guys are going to have to sign him. But once again, besides Kyler Murray, I really don't know who else the Cardinals are paying. I really don't. But let's bring it back to Kyler Murray. Do I think he's responsible for all the failures on the Cardinals? No, absolutely not. But I will say this. Number one, Kyler does throw, and I even said it in videos, live streams and stuff, Kyler Murray does throw a lot of dumb picks. But I wouldn't even say they're dumb picks. I think they're short guy picks. At Oklahoma, and I'm speaking from personal experience, when Kyler Murray would play his full year, his Heisman year, he will throw, I would consider them dumb picks. But honestly, watching him and watching those games back, he just really just didn't see the safeties because he's so short. And let's be for real, his offensive linemen at worst are 6'5", and Kyler Murray is 5'11", 5'10"-ish. I believe I'm taller than Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray is the same size as my manager. So I believe Kyler does throw a lot of short guy picks. And also Kyler, he does hold on to the ball. Not too long, but there's times where I think Kyler should throw it away or maybe run. And also Kyler's leadership is very questionable. I don't think he's the worst leader, but I wouldn't say he's the best leader either. I do think Kyler, does need some growing up to do. He does need some growing up to do. But I said all that's to the point of this video. I do believe the Cardinals, I will say I got to see what they do in the draft, do for the rest of this free agency. I don't know what they really did for free agency this year. But, I mean, assumingly so, we can safely agree Marvin Harrison is going to the Cardinals. Unless the Vikings give the Cardinals Justin Jefferson a first rounder and a second rounder this year. And honestly, I'm going to keep it real with you. That might be even better. That might be even better because I think the Vikings are 11, 12? I don't know where the Vikings are in the draft. But, I mean, maybe trade the pick. Maybe besides Justin Jefferson, maybe trade those second and first rounder. Maybe get maybe not Malik, Romeo Doomsday, Keon Coleman. What's his name? Brian Thompson. So that's if the Vikings trade for him. But I do think Kyler Murray does get a lot of flack. Now, granted, Kyler Murray's going to have to come out and ball this year. He's healthy. He has a full year of training camp. Who I don't know who the Cardinals coach is. One of you comments, not Kyler. I don't know why I call him Kyler. TRL or Awesome Kid can correct me. I don't know who your coach is. He's going to have a full year under your head coach, under your offensive coordinator, who I don't know. He's going to have a training camp with Marvin Harrison, who's a stud. I think Marvin Harrison and Joe O are the number one guarantees in this draft, and he's coming right to your thing. Or you guys get Justin Jefferson, who's a guarantee, and then maybe get a Brian Thomas or a Keon Coleman or something like that. And that'll be a nasty wide receiver core. But I don't blame the Cardinals. I don't blame Kyler Murray fully for the Cardinals' failures. I mean, he also tore his ACL, but not last year, but 2022, he didn't play particularly well. But once again, DeAndre Hopkins, I believe, was out. I think he was suspended. Cliff Kingsbury's an idiot, and I think all Cardinals fans can agree that he's an idiot. But I'm actually excited to see the Cardinals this year. I'm still rooting for Kyler. I'm still an Oklahoma fan. I still low-key root for Baker, even though I know what Baker is. I still low-key root for Kyler. You know what I'm saying? I would root for Jalen, but, he's with the Eagles, so it is what it is. I would root for CeeDee, but, he's with the Cowboys. It is what it is. But at the same time, Kyler. And I also thought you guys should have kept Hollywood. Well, now, granted, maybe you guys trade for Justin Jefferson, and you guys get, a second receiver, Brian Thomas, whoever, Troy Franklin from Oregon. I know Awesome Kid will be excited about that, but I honestly thought you guys should have kept Hollywood and drafted Marvin Harrison Jr. You have two deep threats, and you have number one, and Hollywood needs to go back to number two as he is. But maybe Hollywood was asking for too much. I don't know the details on that, but it is what it is. That's my thoughts on the Cardinals and Kyler Murray. I don't think Kyler's to blame for the Cardinals' failures, but I do think he does need to grow up and grow a pair and, be a better leader, but it is what it is there. RJ out.